Let's keep on going into maybe a game that we think might get out of hand here, and that's the Texans versus the Browns. We teed this game up here on the charts. Minus 11.5 opening up offshore. Now sits at 12.5, primarily 12.5 across. 47.5 in New Jersey it opened up, but now 48s across the board, even offshore at Pinnacle. So we're anticipating some points here. I was even looking at, the Houston Texans as a possible team total overplay. Not because they can win the football game, but I think they're going to need to score into the 20s to have a chance to compete in this and also get a cover. So I'd rather take the team total over that 16.5, which you can buy down at Caesars, as opposed to taking the 12 points overall. 31-17, you got blown out. Oh, yeah? Well, you still ended up covering a ticket if you got the right price in that instance here. But take a look overall, the totality. The Texans looked pretty good last week. I'm not going to lie. You still have to beat bad football teams. They destroyed a bad football team last week with the Jaguars. Same thing with the Browns. They let that game slip away. The Browns should have went into Kansas City. They dominated for close to 3 quarters and ended up with a loss. I think they come home. They get some style points on the board. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt should be able to get off in this game. I don't see any issues with the Cleveland Browns scoring, but as I said again, it's a 12-point number here, basically. So you're going to have to win by 2 touchdowns. Still hard to do that in the NFL. But the way I lean in this game would be a Texans team total, Kyle. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, and for me, you'll see my choice on the screen will come up as the Browns. I don't bet double-digit sides unless I can talk myself into the one getting the points. I think it's going to be tough for me. I don't take a lot from that Jacksonville game either. I actually rewatched this game twice. Jacksonville was so unprepared. I mean, they were abysmal. They had no game plan. They decided, okay, we're going to run the ball, 15 times and throw the ball 1,000 with a rookie quarterback. Running route combinations with wide receivers 3 yards apart. Absolutely pathetic. I think that running defense gets exposed this week. Houston's front 7 is not very good. They didn't really get exposed last week because of Urban Meyer's just lack of ability to coach in the NFL. I think Cleveland gets it done here, but I like the first half at 6.5. You're still seeing that Pinnacle offshore sitting at 6.5. Some outlets have it at 7. If you can get that 6.5, I think Cleveland's up by a touchdown in the first half. That's the way I would bet this game. Does Cleveland win this game? In my view, absolutely. Fans back in the dog pound for the first time in 2 years. That's going to be a raucous environment. Obviously, Tyrod Taylor is very familiar with the surroundings in Cleveland there. I like Cleveland. I like them a lot. I certainly think they win, but I'm not going to lay the 13 or 12.5 points. I'll do it in the first half and take the 6.5.
Yeah, it's funny with this too, because I have the list that we write up and also have the list as we go down here. I didn't even circle a play on this one. I actually just left it off my board by accident because I'm scrambling around going, I thought I had a pick or a side on this game. I actually don't have one listed, which is actually kind of funny here. But I do agree with you in that aspect. I mean, if we're taking team totals, I'm looking towards the Texans. But you're right. It's hard to take an NFL team, be favored, and say they have to win by 2 touchdowns. Do I think that's possible? Absolutely, I do. But also, you'd feel a little bit better if the Texans stunk last week and the line was 12.5. This is going to be an easy one. The Texans look good. Tyrod Taylor is a veteran quarterback in the NFL. He should be able to move the football. We're not talking about the greatest defense of all time here, Kyle, as we take a look at those Cleveland Browns. Let's keep on going down the list as we make our way through